Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the northeast spawn of Highway, and it's under the command of talon1958, and this is his second attempt to try and get the weekend lion in his competition with M55. Game on. Well, if you're new to this contest, it's a contest held between talon1958 and M55. Every week, they try to get the best result they can from their games on World of Tanks. Playing Arty, they can't actually do the contest in any other vehicle. So if they can't sort of like submit a tank destroyer game or a light tank game and say, oh, that's what I'm going to submit. It has to be a result in Arty, and they have to get the highest score. Ideally, they want to get the highest mastery, and if they both get the same mastery level, then it's who gets the medal. And if they both got a medal in the same mastery, then it's based on the win 8 that they score. So if they both manage to get, say, a first class and a Confederate, and a bit of stun on TVP, and of course then it would go down to the win 8. But if the win 8 was still the same, then that would make life difficult. I think they'd have to go to a shoot-off actually, but anyway, normally the competition means that the first one who gets an ace tanker wins the contest outright and gets the weekend lion on Sunday morning, and the loser has to get up early, look after Remy as he runs around the house, switching the lights on, playing with all his toys, and getting his breakfast, and of course breakfast for the winner of the competition. Okay, the enemy's got a Hori 1 located up on the top of the hill. He's aiming, taking aim at our guys. Rounds out. Is he still there? Yes, he is. He just took a round, a direct hit. Now, as you know, the M53 M55 has two guns. The 155mm on the M53. This one is the 8-inch howitzer, which is 203mm, and this was used by the US Army between 1952 and 1960. This vehicle normally had a crew of 6. It was used by the US, the Belgians, Turkey, Spain, West Germany, and of course the Republic of Taiwan. And you can see that he's lost some hit points, and now he's losing some more. Talon's styling in, he's almost ready to go. Just adjusting. Wants to get a direct hit if he can. Rounds out. That guy's taking aim to shoot. And now he's taken a hit. 308 in the direct hit, and 869 of stun assist immediately afterwards. So that shot was particularly valuable. Because of course, as we know, stun assist has a dramatic effect upon your mastery ranking, and he got the last 42 hit points when the 907 took out the Hori 1. Okay, he's looking around for his next target. There's some in the town, but it's a bit difficult to get shells in there because of the trajectory. He's got to get the shells over the buildings into the enemy tanks. Okay, from this spot it's not easy, so he's going to change position. There's only one enemy RT. In this case, it's a 212A. Now, he's taken up position on the railway line, which is a bit dangerous. I must say that. But he's found an Emil 2 that he can aim at, so he'll probably give this guy the shell. Ramps out. Direct hit. 322 hit points, and he got stun assist immediately afterwards as well. You can see that guy took a round directly to the top of his turret, and he's gone. Okay, we've got a super conk over here with 5 tanks up on the enemy, so they're really suffering. That's some heavy damage. They lost in the north, or in the west I should say, rather, not in the north. And now we're going after the 777 version 2. I don't know why that guy has actually turned around. He's firing back at his own cap, and yes, Talon claims the kill. That's his first kill of the game. We're still 6 tanks up on the enemy. Okay, next target. Looks like it's going to be a super conk. And the enemy Arty's been spotted. He's down in that bush down in the river. That is a good spot to go to because you can hide in there. But he did get spotted, and I think he's taking fire from some of our teammates. The weapon trigger will probably put him out of his misery. That's a little late, but he does get the stun. And if our teammates get a shot into him, then we'll see Talon benefit from that. Oh, there's only 4 enemies left now. The 212A is turning. I think he's going to fire back at his own cap area. He's realised he can't go to the town. Kind of stuck there now. Oh, the Waffenträger got him. Or was it? Yes, it was the Waffenträger. And that's it. The game's over. Here's the end of battle stats. And that was a second-class tanker for talon1958 in the M53, M55. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 4, it shows, but he must have had enough to get the bruiser. He also got a win rate of 1,081, which is okay. It's presentable, but it's not special. And if we look at the team score, we can see he didn't get a huge amount of damage. That went to the Object 140 with 5,528 hit points. The second highest damage was the Jaegeru with 4,103, and the third highest damage was the Object 268 version 4, who had 3,541. Talon only had 1,105, which puts him in the bottom part of the table. When it came to kills, again, he only managed to get the 1 kill, but then only 3 players on the enemy team actually managed to get a kill at all in that game. High scorer was the Object 140 with 3 kills. 2 kills went to the Object 907, the Waffenträger, and the ST1. And, well, he was in the second batch with 1 kill. And when it came to base XP, he's in the top 5 because the Object 140 got 1,117. He was the only one to get over 1,000 base. He was the one that assaulted the enemy cap area. 907 got 947 out of that one, and 866 went to the MX50B, and we can see that Talon got 847. Now, I suspect that if I remember correctly, this isn't enough to beat Angelina. She's already placed at second class and a bruiser, and she got a higher win 8. Now, I will confirm that at the end of the video, but we've got another replay from Talon, so let's have a look at that one right now. In the second replay, Talon switched to the 212A, the Tier 9 Soviet SPG, and now he's on the southwest spawn of Oyster Bay. Now this Arty does have a 203mm B4 howitzer, which is capable of doing 900 alpha, penetrating 52mm of armor, and standard reload is 37.39 seconds. Talon's got that down to 30.11. Okay, he's found a spot where he can shoot from in these bushes. Okay, ready to go. Yes, I just checked with Angelina's figures, and she actually managed to get a second-class bruiser and a Confederate in her best game so far this week. So the previous replay that Talon put up wasn't quite enough. He needed that medal to equalize it and to get a better win 8. And Angelina's win 8, well, we don't know, but it doesn't really matter if she doesn't get the if he doesn't get a medal. And he didn't get a medal on that game, so he certainly hasn't beaten Angelina yet. Now, as you know, Angelina managed to get the winning score last week, so she might be on for yet another week of getting the Sunday lie-in, and she certainly does enjoy it. I seem to recall that last weekend she actually managed to get strawberry butter. Oh! Right in the face of that one. Yes. That's that was a Panzerkampfwagen 7 there, and he just hit that one smack in the face for 139 hit points. That is a heavy tank. It does have a lot of armor, which is why he didn't get a penetrating shot. It's very difficult to get a pen unless you aim for the weak spots. Okay, what have we got here? We've got a Tortoise and a Leopard Prototype A. The Leopard Prototype A has very thin armor, but the Tortoise is the one that's not moving about much, and he's the one that takes a direct hit. Now, he does have heavy armor at the front of the vehicle, which means that he probably wasn't damaged. Talon being careful there not to knock the tree down, because of course that would give away his position if the enemy is looking for counter battery. There are two enemy Arty in this game. The enemy Arty are a 212A and a GW Tiger. Both the Arty on Talon's team are actually rather good. We can tell that because obviously we've got the Win8 colorations for the rating of the player. Rounds out. Another direct hit on the Panzerkampfwagen 7, and he goes down immediately, which means he got the stun assist for that one. Now, those ratings don't necessarily come true. I mean, he might be a bad player, but he could have a very good day. But certainly, you'd have a look at the enemy listings, you'd see a GW Tiger, which is showing that it's red, or as Quickie Baby would call it, tomato, and you'd say, well, he can't be a very experienced player to have a red rating. Oh, beautiful. A kill shot on the 114 SP2. But that doesn't necessarily follow. Sometimes players who are relatively inexperienced can have exceptionally good games. So you can't take things for granted. But it certainly is encouraging when you've got a player who does know what he's doing and you start seeing good results. Now, Talon's going to try and fire a round over that rock into the M60. It's going to be a difficult one. He does get it over the top. It bounces on the wall, and the splash actually goes onto the M60, and he picked up some damage assist afterwards as well. That's what's really useful, because when you pick up the damage assist, that helps your mastery ranking get higher. Now, he's moved so far forward, he can't get a shot into that corner. He did have a quick look to see if it was possible. One of the enemy Arty's been spotted. It's the 212, and he's gone. That means the enemy only has a GW Tiger now. We're 4 up on the enemy, so this game is going well for us, and I think actually it's mostly because our teammates on this end of the map, on the north route, are actually doing well, but the guys on the south route are actually doing quite badly. The GW Tiger has been spotted. There he is. He's on the move. He dies. Okay, the Leopard prototype's trying to stop the Kunstpanzer. He's very low on hit points, that Leopard. He's gone. So we're now 6 up on the enemy. In fact, Talon's now finding it very difficult to find targets to aim at. Plus, of course, he happens to be sitting right in front of a rock, which would have blocked his fire anyway. But he's actually moving up, because sometimes you can get better angles on the enemy when you change your position. And of course, he moved so far forward, he wasn't able to get shots down some of the channels or to the south of him. He might find it easier now, and there's no enemy in this area, so he's perfectly safe. Normally, Arty wouldn't be seen going this far up on Oyster Bay, but sometimes good Arty players will actually move towards the enemy, or at least towards the enemy cap area, to try and put pressure on the enemy, and or possibly cap out themselves. Leopard 1 coming into sight. Can he get a shot? The guy stops. Rounds out. Oh, yes he did. He got 68 hit points of damage, but that Leopard has been stunned, and that's what will hurt him the most if he gets hit again, and yes he does. And that's the end of his game, and 263 of stun assist goes to Talon. So he's still having difficulty trying to find targets to shoot at. There's only 2 enemies left, a Type 5 Heavy, and they got a T95, a Doom Turtle. So again, he's having to change position, not to avoid counter battery, but actually to avoid or try and get a possible line of a field of fire on the enemy tanks. Well, their Doom Turtle, yes, he's gone. And that's it, the game's over. Here's the end of battle stats. That was the second class tanker for Talon 1958 in the 212A. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He got 4 as well. And his win rate from this one was 991. So it wasn't actually as good as the last one. But let's have a look at team score. Well, he did 1,063 hit points of damage. The high score was the Superclock with 5,927, followed by the TVP T5051 with 5,554. And in third place was the Leopard Prototype A on our team with 3,237. So, yes, when it comes to kills, the Superconk managed 3 kills, so did the Kunstpanzers, and only one player on the enemy team managed to get more than 2 kills, and that was their Type 5 Heavy. And then 2 kills went to the TVP T5051 and the Centurion Action 10 on the enemy team. Talon only got the 1 kill, so he's actually in joint third place with a lot of other people. When it came to, go to the details, we'll go to base XP. He's about mid-table. The Superconk got 1,268, the TVP got 1,107, and the Kunstpanzer 1,003. So, yes, he's a little way down. They're the only ones who managed to get over 1,000 base, and he's 4 places down from them in 7th overall. So, let's have a look at detail. Only 7 shots fired. Normally, you get between 11 and 13 shots fired. That would give you enough damage to actually generate enough profit. And he got 4 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but 8 splash. Damage of 1,063, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 5, killed 1, 964 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. So they were stunning the enemy. Now, he did earn a profit, 64,809 credits from this game. And he also picked up 2,622 experience points altogether. I suddenly realized, actually, I didn't provide you with the detail report on the previous game. With the M53, M55, he actually did fire 6 shots, got 4 direct hits, no penetration, 6 splash, damage of 1,105, so it was a better game on damage. 3 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, 2,976 hit points of stun assist off 5 stuns, so he did much more damage, stun assist, in the previous game than in this one. And we can see that he did earn a profit, 31,820, and he got some XP as well, 2,541. So both games, even though he said can't hit the side of a bomb, he did well. The game just ended too quickly, and he wasn't able to get off enough shots to generate the profit he needed to get that first class or ace tanker. He only fired 6 shots on this game, and as I said, in the subsequent game, he actually only fired 7. So not enough shots fired, but that's not his fault. That's the fault of his team being too good, and they overwhelmed the enemy, and he wasn't able to make a decent enough contribution to the battle to give him a good result. So let's have a quick look at Angelina's current score. This is what she's winning with, a second-class bruiser and a Confederate. So he needs to earn that Confederate. If he's only got a second class and a bruiser, he's not going to win. But he would need to get a Confederate, and he'd need to get a better win 8 than Angelina. Now, Angelina submitted this replay on What Replay site, only because the Salty Jedi site was down at the time, so she wasn't able to upload it on that channel. So we don't know what the win 8 to this game is, but it doesn't really matter anyway, because this is a second class and a Confederate. And, of course, Talon hasn't been able to match that yet. So we'll have to wait and see. We've still got a few days to go before the weekend, or at least it's Friday now. He's got Saturday, all of Saturday and all of Friday, of course, in America, to actually get this done. So we'll have to wait and see, is he able to get a good enough score to actually beat Angelina and get the weekend lie-in. I hope you enjoyed those games. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.